Hey guys, so I have 18 books to unhaul here today, and I've only done one book unhaul before, and it was sometime last fall or last summer, I believe. There are quite a few more books I want to get rid of because my bookshelf is currently looking a hot mess, and I would love to reorganize it and get into it, but there's just some books that I don't really want on there that I can definitely get rid of. So let's just get into all of the books here. A lot of them are very well-loved books, and it's really no diss on these books. I've just outgrown them, or some of them I've just lost interest in reading. So to start off, I'm getting rid of the Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins. Now, I very much loved these books when I read them in high school, I think. High school to college, I think, is maybe when the last book came out, and these aren't even in order. All right, so now they are. I definitely loved these books. They were just really fun, action-packed, great characters. But they're just books that I don't see myself ever wanting to reread again. I feel like I got all the enjoyment I could out of this series, and it's time to pass it along to someone who will. Next, I have another series that I'm getting rid of that is also very well loved, and that is the Evolution of Mara Dyer series, the Unbecoming of Mara Dyer series. I don't know what it's actually called. So obviously the first book, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and the second book, The Evolution of Mara Dyer. I don't think I ever read the third book. I kind of lost interest in the series. So this is a really great young adult, darker paranormal fantasy, but paranormal is not my thing. I don't really like paranormal at all anymore. I just know someone else can love these books, but I am sad to get rid of them only because I love these covers. I think these are just some amazing covers. I'll throw in a standalone here now. I'm going to be getting rid of Willow by Julia Hoban. I read this book in high school and I really loved it. It is darker though. It's about a girl who's dealt with some traumatic events in her life, and she's resorted to cutting herself, and she meets a guy and learns how to love herself and work through some of the trauma that she's been dealt in life. This was just a really heartbreaking, good story though, and I really loved it, but it's just not something I'm gonna want to read again. Now, this is a book I actually didn't really enjoy that much, and it's Armada by Ernest Cline. I did have a reading vlog where I was reading this, so I do have some of my thoughts in it there, and then also in a rep that I did. But I'll just say it again. I loved Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Armada, I did not feel like was a strong book though. I felt it was pretty unbelievable and kind of hokey. Just, I'm never gonna want to read it again, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Another standalone, I'll do some standalones here now. Nicholas Sparks' The Lucky One. So I think I had a couple Nicholas Sparks books in my previous unhaul, but I went through a phase in high school and college where I just wanted to own all of the Nicholas Sparks books, and I do like a few of them, but this one was just kind of meh for me. I wasn't super crazy about it, so I will be getting rid of it. Also, I have here a book that I just DNF'd last month, The Glass Kitchen. I got this on a whim. It was just $1 at the library sale, and so I thought I'd pick it up because I had seen the cover years before and was interested in reading it, but I got about 70 pages in and was just so uninterested in everything that was happening and in the characters. It was not gonna happen. I now have two books that I actually read and did really love at the time, so I'm happy to get rid of these to give to someone who will enjoy them. But I have Anna and the French Kiss and Lola and the Boy Next Door. I did read this whole series by Stephanie Perkins. They're really funny, cute, young adult romances. The first one takes place at like an American boarding school in France. And then Lola and the Boy Next Door, I think this takes place in San Francisco, possibly. But either way, these are both really cute young adult stories, but they're just not something that were drawing enough to me that I would want to read them again. So I will be getting rid of these. Two books now, they're not in a series. I just haven't read them, and I just lost the desire to read them. This one is I See You Everywhere by Julia Glass, and then I have Bring Her Home by David Bell. So I'll be getting rid of both of these. I think they're kind of like drama, thriller type mysteries. I'm not entirely sure. There's so many other books that I want to read that don't have really much interest in getting to these. One that I actually was really excited about reading a while ago is Kissing Under the Mistletoe by, there's a sticker over it, Marina Adair. So I got this book when I was in this crazy Christmas mood and I was reading only Christmas books. But by the time that I'd got this book in from Amazon, Christmas was over. And then last Christmas, I didn't read it during the Christmas season, and I just don't think that I'm going to be reading it, unfortunately. So it's gotta go. All right, I'm down to my final 4 books, and I'm getting rid of my Game of Thrones series. I have the first 4 books. I read the first 3 of them. They're not even in order. I never pick these books up in order. Okay, this is them in order. I don't have the full series, but I did read A Game of Thrones, I did read A Clash of Kings, and then I was like 3/4 of the way through A Storm of Swords, but I just didn't finish it, and I honestly love the TV show so much, and I'm so invested in the TV show that I just don't have a desire to read the books because I'm feeling really drawn into the show itself. And they're really hard to follow sometimes because there's so many characters, so if you set this book down even for a week, you've already forgotten what's happening, and I just felt like I was getting confused a lot because I wasn't reading these books consistently. I was just picking them up here and there, and it was just impossible to follow the story that way. Anyway, these are hard to hold. I'm getting rid of them. That wraps up my unhaul of 18 books. There were a few more books that I was on the fence with about unhauling, but I've decided to keep some of them just because I'm gonna maybe give them another chance, wait a little while, but in my next unhaul, if I haven't read them again by then, or if I just have lost all desire for them, I will unhaul them next. I don't really do many unhauls because I don't purchase many books. I read most of my books from my library, and I read a lot on my Kindle as well. So it's not very often that I do unhauls. I'm actually pretty surprised that I was able to get rid of so many books, which means my bookshelf is gonna look so nice once I get around to organize it. So if there's any of these books that you've read and loved, we can chat about them below. Like I said, I'm not intending to diss any of these books because I actually have pretty good memories with these. I'm just ready to let go of them. So thank you so much for watching, and happy reading.